Good morning. It is May the 17th, 2017. Time to kick off another trading day with our usual disclaimer. Hypothetical simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, results may have under or over compensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Well, what a night we had. Another Trump news revelation comes out that's treated as the most important news since forever. Hit it that supposedly Trump tried to obstruct justice, is the way the story is being spun. You know, when I was going to bed last night, I was just thinking, what a sad, sad state of affairs we have right now. One of the things that has separated our republic from other ones has been the peaceful transfer of power. And the losing party picked up their marbles, went home and regrouped and tried to figure out a way to win. And now the presidency, the peaceful transfer of power, is being fought on all sides. It's being fought by Republicans, it's being fought by the bureaucracies, and it's certainly being fought by the Democrats with the aid of the mainstream media, Hollywood, entertainment, etc. So we live in times where the very our existence, the foundation of the republic, is really being shaken, and it's a sad time. It really is, and it's all about power. It's all about money by those that have it right now. So anyway, the attacks on the Trump presidency are accelerating. They're getting louder. It's very remindful to me of what went on during Watergate. How the crescendo just keeps building and building and building and building, with the mainstream media thinking they've got a scalp almost in hand, and they're going to keep going until they get it. And that's where Trump finds himself today. So last night the equity market sold with this story, which was spun in the worst possible light. It's really not true. There was no obstruction of justice. So equities sold, gold rallied, treasuries rallied, the dollar sold off of the story. And so Trump's ability to govern is really being questioned. If Trump's ability to govern is diminished, he won't get his tax package, he won't get his rules and regulations through all his he won't get the wall built, etc. So maybe good times are not coming. Sell stocks. So the from day one, Trump's worst enemies were going to be the Republicans, fighting to maintain things the way that they do. Trump has been blindsided and backsided by Paul Ryan and McConnell on a regular basis. McCain openly is out there doing it with his Lindsey Graham. Those two are joined at the hip, and Susan Collins has joined them too. So it's just a mess. We have a chance right now to stop what has been going on economically, to get us back on the same footing that happened in Reagan. And Reagan's economic revolution lasted 25 years. Peaked after Bill Clinton was out of office, really under George W. Bush. But that whole thing is being attacked right now and is in jeopardy. So will traders slough off this news this morning in equities or not? That remains to be seen. I think that the threat to the Trump presidency will increase daily, and that brings the uncertainty about Trump's programs. Will hold the stock markets in a trading range. Probably will hold the other markets in a trading range too. Now, quite often in the overnight markets, we get to excess. They rally or break until they get to a price where somebody is willing to fall out of the auction process. No one is too high to buy. And so we may have seen the high in the overnight one. So we're going to put the sell at 28 to the buck, sell one. 3 to 7, and it's predicated on the E-mini's not going to break this morning. E-mini's going to get back up into the 23.90, 23.95 area. On the downside, we have pretty good support at 16 to 20. We're at support right now. Basis London at 23.24, so 20.24 by 1 and 13 to 17 by 2. Last night the crude inventories built 900,000 barrels on the APIs. They're looking for a draw of 2.5 million barrels, and that's today's news. So the direction of the E-mini is going to be primal to our trading. So here's where we sit. My guess is that we'll probably see the stock market bought at some point this morning. I don't think the bottom will fall out, but we'll see. That remains to be seen. That's a good point, Charles. The Democrats are not going quietly into the night. That is for sure. I've often wondered, is the mainstream media an appendage of the Democrat Party, or is the Democrat Party an appendage of the mainstream media? You know, where do the talking points and all that stuff come from? And back in the election of Obama, and especially the 2012, there was a list of 400 journalists. There was a room that they could go to, and they could hash out what they were going to talk about that day and how they were going to attack, in this case, Romney. And they were the ones that were setting the talking points and setting the news agenda. And so this question about, is it the Democrat Party that rules or runs, or is it the mainstream media that runs the Democrat Party? It's not so clear cut. Okay, number one, 8 to 12 for the bond, 15 to 19, sell 1, 23.27, sell 2. On the buy side, 28 to the buck, number 1. So 21.25 buy 1, 13.17 buy 2. It's all going to get down to the direction of the E-mini. Looking at gold. Stops above 1250. That's where we're headed. Don't know if we get there, so we'll put 48 to 50, retest of the current high. Sell 1, 54.56, sell 2. On the buy side, the breakout came at 45, so 44.46 buy 1, 40.42 buy 2. It gets E-mini rallies back today, and I think we've got a chance of that doing it. I think we're stops above 1250. I'm not afraid to sell into 1250. If the E-mini continues to sell today, then gold and treasuries are going to be higher. Looking at the euro, hanging in there, waiting to see what happens, and pretty easy to see. So 1150 is the next stop. Our number 2 sell point last night was 40 to 50. Number 1 sell point, 40 to 50. Sell 1, 75, sell 2. E-mini sells, euro will be up. And we're at 30, so 111, 111.10 buy 1, 110.75 buy 2. I can still remember that when the Clintons went to their war room to stay out of trouble, and it went on a continuous attack that the campaigns have never stopped since then. And we never can get away from all this damn noise and all these false news stories and all this ginned up fake news just to deflect, keep your eye off the ball. There's a lot of problems that need to be solved, but we never get around to them because of political manipulation, trying to stay in power, trying to feed at the Treasury's trough. Pretty easy way to make a living if you're connected. Okay, crude oil. Last night we had pretty good support at 48. We were hoping to buy 47.75s, 48, and just missed. So 48.50, 48 and a quarter, buy one, and 47.75, 47 buy two, 47.75, 48 even. On the sell side, 49, 49 and a quarter, sell one, and 49.50, 49.75, sell two. Yeah, gold could get there, Billy, and I think with the proper setup, that's a pretty good move, and it's going to be down to what the E-mini does. No need to catch a knife with resting limit sells, but I think it could be a pretty good sell. Off the idea that the excess is absorbed in the overnight session, in the Globex session. You will get to a spot where all the stops have been run in the it's a little bit different dynamic than we have in the day session, where the market goes up to the last buyers bought, to the last seller sold. In the overnight session, the auction theory is that all the liquidity has been satisfied through stops being hit, stops being run, and then you get to a point where there are no more buy stops or sell stops, and the market makers are willing to make market at that point, and that tends to cap the market. So the dynamic's a little bit different in the overnight session. Okay, just looking at this on a saddle formation, we've got volume at 48. Excuse me, I meant to get the E-mini. We've already done that one. There we go. A little better. Okay, 90 to 95 is where resistance is right now. I think we can go a little bit higher. We've got that low at 94, so I hopefully can sell 94s, 96s. The 99.01. I don't think we can break it out because what attack's going to come on Trump today? And what are they going to have to stop and drop everything and go defend themselves from? But we're going to put a question mark here at 89 to 91. On the buy side, 80 to 82. And 75 to 77. So I see a trading range. Seller 95 to 2400, maybe 90 to 95. And a buyer 75 to 80 as we start out. The Trump did not obstruct justice. He says, I hope you can see the way not to pursue this. It's being spun that he was trying to obstruct justice. I hope they ask for every Comey memo that's out there, just so he can see what his CYA stuff has on Holder, on anybody else that he's met with, Loretta Lynch. Could be a pretty interesting read, and those are not his property. They're the property of the U.S. government. So it's going to take a bit to get something up and done. I'm going to get busy on that. I will be with you as soon as possible.